For the latest, I'm joined by the Vice Chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Dianne Feinstein of California. Senator, welcome back to Meet the Press.
Good morning.
Why are U.S. officials so convinced this was a bomb?
Well, I think it's an emerging story. I think, first of all, you've got the flight data recorder and the voice recorder that record something that could be an explosion. Secondly, it's the nature of ISIL, I think. You know, ISIL's now in 12 countries. They do attack after attack. The forensics on the superstructure of the plane need to be done. I'm delighted to hear that the FBI will be going into the area and will participate. And I believe we are sharing our information, intelligence information now. And this is a point I want to make. It is my strong belief that the United States and our good allies should share information regarding terrorist attacks. We usually do this, and it's important we do this with Russia. Are you concerned
we're not sharing with Russia because of this
rivalry? Well, my
understanding,
yes, my understanding is that we weren't for a while, but I have now heard that we are. I hope that's true.
Do you believe this is a... Look, you've seen the intelligence. I'm not asking... I know there's some things you can't share. But everything you've seen, you've been around, you've seen this stuff in the past. Do you believe it was a bomb?
I think there's a strong probability it was. I can't say it's dead bang certain, right. But there's a strong probability that it was.
What does this mean?
Well, this means, I think, a very big thing for Russia. This was a Russian plane with Russian people. Major attack. Russia is in the area. Russia's at 3 bases, has planes, has people. My hope is that Russia will take a strong stance against ISIL. And they are not now so doing. Most of the attacks are directed toward the moderate opposition. And I think the time has come for us also to begin to develop a joint strategy with Russia.
You hope this is a wake-up call to Putin?
I hope it's a wake-up call to Putin, and I hope to some extent it's a wake-up call to us. I have said before, and I really believe it, we will fight them now or we will fight them later. It's only a question of time. And they're now in 12 countries. They've done 25 major attacks in these countries outside of Syria and Iraq in the last 2 years. This is a huge worldwide problem, and we've got to play a major role. The Russians should as well.
If this was a bomb, it looks like the assumption is it got on via airport workers, that it didn't get on via a passenger. They seem to have cleared the passengers. The scary thing about this is, do we have, what do we do to screen airport workers in this country? The DEA busts drug rings all the time. They've done a lot when it comes to airport workers smuggling drugs on planes. That tells you there's some security holes.
Well, this is a very complicated area. And I think Homeland Security is doing, excuse me, as good a job as they can. They are now tightening security. The kinds of bombs vary. The one I'm most worried about is the one that there have been 4 attempts to bring into this country, and that's the one that goes through a magnetometer. The bomb maker is still alive, and that bomb is the recipe for which is easy to get. And it is very serious. It can take down a plane. So we need to totally be on our guard. We need to do those things that are prudent and direct. And I think Homeland Security realizes that, and we are toughening in those places which are important to toughen security in now.
You know, 14 months ago, you said this about the president. I think I've learned one thing about this president, and he's very cautious, maybe in this instance too cautious. It had to do with Syria. He obviously has made an incremental step about what he wants to do with Syria with these special forces. Is it enough?
No. The special forces are limited. I think 50. That won't do it. If we're really going to use special operations, quick in, quick out, you have to do it in a much more comprehensive way to get at ISIL. This just isn't one facility. It's not one building in Raqqa or somewhere else. It's many different places. The other thing that seems to be emerging is the belief that bombing alone isn't going to do it. We've had over 7,000 sorties. Others have made sorties as well. We have made the majority of the sorties, and that hasn't changed the dynamic. So I think we've got to look at those things which can be major in scope. And this means put together a strategy with Russia and move ahead.
All right. Senator Dianne Feinstein, Vice Chair of the Intel Committee. We'll see if they listen to your advice.
Yes, right, Chuck.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on.
Thank you.